GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all, where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams. We honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here, because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
You're all very welcome to Aughrim here today for the second of our Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-finals between Kilcoole and Éire Greystones. Later on at 3 o'clock we have the second of our Bowman Platform senior semi-finals between Bottomlass and Antoker. We'll have to wrap this one up and get it out of the way before then. Kilcoole and Éire fighting for the right to play Aughrim in the final in a couple of weeks' time. A cracking game yesterday, and Aughrim winning by 2 points with a late goal. Podge, you were with me on that one. A great game. These two teams lining up. We're just looking at their results. It's hard to see past Éire probably on all known form coming into this one. But as we seen yesterday, championship is championship. Anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. Like the bookies have Éire as hot favourites here today against Kilcoole. But nobody would have given Aughrim a chance of making the county final 5 or 6 weeks ago, and they're there. So there's an opportunity here for Kilcoole today. You just pointed out, Emmett, earlier on there about they've conceded 6 and 7 scores in the 2 games they've played. So they're obviously very good in defence. Éire put up a big score against Kilkenny. They've probably learned from their defeat against Hollywood, I'd imagine. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes today. But Kilcoole have not to lose. They should have a real good cut at this and see where it takes them.
Yeah, as you said, a real good cut. It's a perfect day for football here. As always in Aughrim, there's a slight breeze. It's kind of swirling around at the minute. It's hard to call. Both teams just finishing up their warm-up there. We're going to go and have a look through the teams as they are in our programme. First up, we'll have Éire. And the Éire team is Billy Norman, James Woods, Stephen Kelly and Peter Keane make up the full back line. Fionn O'Carroll, David Dunn and Dave Rooney in the half back line. Killian Keel and Dara Shields in the middle of the field. Joe Prendergast, Dan Keane and Danny Woods in the half forward line. Sam Thompson, Darren Hayden and Sean Cranley make up the full forward line. The Kilcoole team is just coming up on your screen there now, and that is made up of Kevin Condon in goal, Luke Riley, Owen O'Brien and Keith Reynolds are the full back line. Luke Evans, Danny Borland and Shane Keogh in the half back line. Cormac Byrne and James Scullion in midfield. Shane Collins, Lee Dutton and Chris Carroll are the half forward line, with Owen Kenny, Ronan Keddy and Roy Byrne in the full forward line. Just speaking, as you said, this Kilcoole team has evolved a bit. For a while it was almost household names on it. They seem to be bringing through players. Looking, yesterday a few changes probably swung the day for Aughrim. Looking at the benches, you just know had a very strong bench for Éire as well on this one, Podge.
Yeah, definitely. You see the 2 O'Sheas are there, and Ted Shannon, Darryl Devine, James Cranley, like Conal Deeney, like Dominic O'Brien. When you go through it, they're all lads that are well capable of playing at this level or even a higher level. But you look at the Kilcoole team, like they're a big, strong, physical-looking unit. The 2 Keys in there in the full forward line, and it'll be interesting. I'd say physically they're at least a match for Éire, if not even bigger, I'd say.
Yeah, and as we see, it looks like Éire will play down into the town goal in this first half. We have number 25 who is Fintan O'Shea, which I know he was a sub, but he's going to start by the looks of things at wing back. We'll just find out what the change is coming through. Fintan O'Shea starts instead of number 6, David Dunn. So Fintan O'Shea is in at wing back. So there's a few positional switches. Looks like Peter Keane has gone to centre back. Number 5 then Fionn O'Carroll has gone back into the full back line. We'll know more. As we said, the way football is played now, It means very little, the number on your back. You could end up anywhere. Our ref for the day is Stephen Fagan. Already shoulders flying in from the midfield. There's a few positional switches. Roy Byrne has gone out to the middle of the field there, but we have to remember, of course, this is a local derby as well between Kilcoole and Éire, so there'll be nothing left wanting in this one, I'm sure. Referee telling everyone to get back behind the line. Number 12, Danny Woods, has gone into midfield. As I said, positional switches around. Ronan Keddy will go into Mark Chester, as he's known, Stephen Kelly. The two of them have ploughed a lot of furrows for the county hurlers down the years. They'll know one another very well. So the ball is in and the game is on. We're away in Aughrim. It's first hand, but it's a push in the back there by Danny Woods. It's a free to Kilcoole straight away. Roy Byrne throws the ball back. It's into the hands of Owen O'Brien. O'Brien, wearing number 3 for Kilcoole, pops the ball off to Ronan Keddy. Keddy already has come out the field. There's a pull on a jersey right in front of the goal. The referee eagle-eyed stuff there from Stephen Fagan, and it'll be a free in right in front of the goal, and he's not going to take any messing.
No, and I've actually seen referees picking up on a good bit of that recently, where they're actually scanning the pitch and they're finding that little tug that they think they're getting away with. Probably the umpires are probably mic'd up as well and drawing his attention to it.
So it'll be the number 5, Luke Evans, to kick this one. Also takes the frees in the hurling. Kilcoole are in the intermediate hurling final next Sunday, so it's a busy period for these lads at the minute. But I suppose if you ever want to be busy, it's at this time of the year you want to be out and playing. Kick out is taken quickly by Billy Norman, goes out as far as Luke Riley on the far side. It's not Luke Riley, it's Keir Reynolds. The ball has been taken from Reynolds by Lee Dutton. Dutton charges to the top of the D. He's fouled as well, and just a mistake there. It wasn't. It was Fionn O'Carroll just got caught there, and it was well taken by Lee Dutton. Lee Dutton caused all sorts of problems for Carnew the last day at centre forward. I think he ended up with 1, 4 or 5 against Carnew the last day, so he's a real danger player for Kilcoole.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at Fionn O'Carroll coming out with the ball, went for the hand pass over the top, and Lee Dutton read it very well, got his big hands up to it, and ended up getting fouled, and an easy score for Kilcoole.
Kilcoole lead by 2 here. We're a minute and a half on the clock. A bright start from the Goosebank men. Billy Norman again scans the field looking for options. A big long kick this time out to the far side of the field. The ball breaks down though, 2 Kilcoole men on. Looks to come off a Kilcoole knee. No, says the referee. It looked from here it came off a Kilcoole knee, but the linesman seems to think differently. Kilcoole again in possession. Ball taken quickly in as far as Roy Byrne. Heavy hit there from the Éire man. Down on it goes their midfielder, I think it is. Yeah, ball is into the hands of number 12, Chris Carroll, or Danny Woods. Danny Woods gets the ball on the ball here now. There's heavy tackling around the middle of the field. In possession is Dara Shield, and again the referee blows for a foul. Killian Keane gets the ball back. It's with Stephen Kelly. Kelly charges forward, pops a little ball off to Fionn O'Carroll. O'Carroll lets this one hop and gets it into his grasp. Out on the stand side now, it's the Dave Rooney. Rooney gets the ball down into the corner, into the hands of Joe Prendergast. Prendergast solos, has a look. Huge numbers back for Kilcoole. Only 2 men up the field as Éire look to plot their way through. Dan Keane has the ball 45 yards out, tries to break the line, gets it over as far as Killian Keane. Keane pops the ball back as far as Darren Hayden. Hayden, the number 14, the talisman for this team for so many years, pops a little pass in as far as Dan Keane. Again, there's huge numbers back across there, and it's into the hands of Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea right down in the corner, gets the ball back to Dan Keane. A little 1-2 back into Darren Hayden. Hayden looks up and pops a pass all across the field as far as Killian Keane. Keane goes long inside, a good kick right inside to the number 13, Sam Thompson takes his mark. I think Killian Keane was right bang on the 45 there, kicking that one.
Yeah, but I'm just looking, like, Kilcoole are working so hard to cover off all the space, but Éire were good and patient. You know, we were talking about Hollywood rushing it a little bit yesterday. Éire didn't do that. They kept working the ball until they got someone free and they popped the ball into him.
And this one has gone high. It is gone over the bar. There was a bit of a look for a minute there. It's gone high and over the bar. It's 2 points to 1 here after 3.5 minutes. There's a second ball on the field that Stephen Fagan's not happy about. One of the backroom team are gone in to relieve the situation. The kick out will come from Kevin Condon. Condon again eyes up his options. Comes out to this side of the field. A huge kick from Condon. Owen O'Brien goes for it. There's a punch on it from Danny Woods. Ball breaks in as far as Killian Keane. He gets the ball back to Stephen Kelly. Kelly just sits in the pocket, plays that position so well, gets the ball out as far as Dave Rooney. Rooney goes long inside. A good run from Sean Cranley, gets it at the second attempt again. Kilcoole have huge numbers there. Cranley solos with the ball, sizes up his options, and Éire of men spread all across the field. It's into the hands of Danny Woods. Woods has options. One of them is Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea has the ball, he'll pop it in as far as Darren Hayden. Hayden pointed to where he wanted it, got it there, has a look up, scans his options again, comes back here as far as Danny Woods, gets the ball all across the field here into the hands of Killian Keane. Keane again, they go lateral with the ball out as far as Dave Rooney down into the corner. Sean Cranley pops a little pass in as far as the number 5, Fiona Carroll. Carroll way up in the far corner there, has a look, comes all the way back out to Killian Keane. Very patient stuff from Éire. Talk about the kick. Killian Keane thinks about the second time, kicks it the second time, kicks it high and kicks it just to the left of the post and wide. It can't have been far out, that one. It looked good for a long way, Podge.
No, and they are, and they're getting those opportunities inside the 45. They're still getting a little bit of space. Kilcoole are sitting right back and they're only playing with 2 forwards, so I think they'll have to push up a little bit higher than they are at the moment.
Kick out was taken quickly out as far as Keith Reynolds. Danny Woods was on his case, but he's fouled a long kick down the field into the hands of James Scullion, but he spilled the ball and it's picked up by Dara Shield. An awkward looking tackle there from James Scullion. I don't think there was much intent in it. It was just...
I think it's Roy Byrne, is it?
That's Roy Byrne, actually. He's going for it. He's having a chat with him. It'll be a yellow card for a high tackle, he's explaining, and it is a yellow card for Roy Byrne. He'll have to watch himself for the rest of proceedings. Just 5 minutes gone in this one. 2 points to 1 here to Kilcoole at the minute. Éire now just starting to launch attack after attack, it must be said, and it's in the hands of Joe Prendergast. Gets the ball back out as far as Fiona Carroll. O'Carroll drills one in along the keeper, just about deals with it, gets it out. It's in the hands of Owen O'Brien. He needs a little bit of support. There's blue and white jerseys swarming all around. That support comes, and it's Shane Collins. And away come the Kilcoole men. Well worked through the hands there. Collins back on the ball again. Gets it as far as Cormac Byrne. And looked like a bit of a pull-back play on, says the referee. Shane Collins has it again. He's all the way back to Kevin Condon in the goal. A huge press here for the Éire men. Ronan Keddy gets the ball, but he's swarmed by 3 or 4 Éire players, and they just about again dealt with there in the back line by Kilcoole, and away they come with the ball eventually in the hands of Shane Keogh. They get it up the field now, get it out to their own 45, which is a bit of breathing space at the minute. Danny Barland has it, solos up and gets the ball out to the wing. Roy Byrne is calling for it on the 65. Roy Byrne gets it on the 65, charges forward with the ball, had a little nibble at him there. Dave Rooney gives away the free right on the 45, and Kilcoole done well to work that out, but it's a dangerous game they're playing around the back.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, they're playing with 13 players back there. Like Ronan Keddy ended up getting the ball, got trapped in with about 3 or 4 players. It went up in the air. 2 Kilcoole lads went for it, and they were really lucky. Like Shane Keogh read it really well and won the breaking ball and bursted out with pace and kind of took the pressure off them.
This will be Lee Dutton's kick. Dutton with the left foot swings this one high. It's a huge kick from Dutton, a big kick to relieve the pressure and put 2 back in the game again. And Kilcoole, after 7 minutes, you know, they've sustained 3 or 4 minutes of heavy pressure there, and to get up and get a score on that first attack after breaking out, they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, and I think that's the way they're obviously going to play. They're quite happy to sit back and soak up the pressure and try and catch Éire on the break.
Fiona Carroll has the ball 65 yards out from his own goal, plays a little 1-2 there with Joe Prendergast. It's up the field in the hands of Peter Keane. Keane goes, looks for the pass out underneath the stand, gets it. It's Fiona Carroll has continued his run all across the field. He's well inside the 45 here. He has a look. Or Fintan O'Shea, gets the ball in as far as the number 8, Killian Keane. Keane gets the ball to his midfield partner, Dara Shield, but then good numbers from Kilcoole just turn him. They just do enough to stop his progression. Sean Cranley has the ball, gets it back to Killian Keane. Keane pops off a little pass, a little 1-2 with Fiona Carroll there. Back into Keane, back into Fintan O'Shea, back to Keane again. It's patient, it's good work here from Éire. It's good work from Kilcoole to keep him out. Darren Hayden is on the ball though, looks for his free, wins his free, and a free in a dangerous position. After all the hard work from Kilcoole, it's almost a silly free to give it away there.
Yeah, and like Éire are really, really patient, and that's what they need to be. And Kilcoole need to be disciplined, you know, and I think that's the key to it really for both teams, you know. But Kilcoole are working really, really hard. You can see them shifting. Like there's no man on man there. Like they have a defensive system that they're using, and they're going to stick to that.
Darren Hayden will kick this one off the right boot, kicks this one high. Everyone looks up, everyone's happy, it's high, it's over the bar. It's a 1 point game here in Aughrim, just about 9 minutes on the clock. Kilcoole lead by 3 points to 2 for the right to play Annacurra. Kick out will be from Kevin Condon. Has a look at his options, takes a step and takes a kick down. Danny Woods looks to get to O'Brien, just done enough, gets a foot on it. Oh, it's turned, Ronan Keddy's turned over by Dan Keane. There's danger here. Sam Thompson's on the ball, gets it into Darren Hayden. Good tackle there, brilliant covering tackle by Shane Keogh. Came across and saved the day, but they've spilled the ball coming out with Éire back in possession. There's danger. There was danger averted momentarily. Fintan O'Shea is on the ball here, has a look up, pops a pass across as Kilcoole look to get men back in numbers there. Joe Prendergast is on the ball. The green and yellow jerseys have flooded back. It's out as far as Dave Rooney. Rooney fancies his chances. Dangerous ball in. Touch from Darren Hayden. Goal from Darren Hayden. A high looping ball in. Not dealt with. Kevin Condon came out, but the flick to the net from Darren Hayden, and it's 1-2 now to 3 points. Huge score, Podge.
Yeah, it was a dangerous ball into the edge of the square. And in fairness to Shane Keogh earlier on, he put in a big hit on Darren Hayden when he looked like he was going to score a goal. It was only after taking under 30 or 40 seconds to get that goal.
Long kick down to the middle of the field. It's well won by that man Dave Rooney. Again pumps the ball back in. It comes off a Kilcoole defender, bounces into the arms of another one, and it's away with Cormac Byrne. Byrne gets up the field, gives the ball to Ryburn. Huge intensity in the tackle from Éire. Now they're turning over Kilcoole men nearly every time to get the ball. Darius Shield has smuggled the ball away there, done really well. The Éire midfielder gets the ball to Danny Woods, pops a little pass in as far as Fionn O'Carroll. O'Carroll looks to drill the ball outside. Darren Hayden had made his run. It actually hit Hayden on the back. Ball is in the hands of Ronan Keddy as Keith Reynolds comes out. They look now to work the ball out. Long kick over to the far side here as far as Shane Collins. He needs support off the shoulder though. That comes in the form of Byrne. Byrne tries to break 2 or 3 tackles. Again the tackling from Éire is very good, very high intensity stuff, but you know Kilcoole now struggling at the pace of this game.
Yeah, they are. The tackling from Éire is something else. They're hunting in packs. They're not going to let out Kilcoole out easy at all. You know, they're getting 3 and 4 players around the man in possession all the time.
Sam Thompson is on the ball right down underneath the tricolour. Sam Thompson is fouled by either Keith Reynolds or Shane Keogh there. The two of them were on his case, and as we said, you know, Éire just up the gear in the last couple of minutes, and it's the intensity of the tackling that Kilcoole are just struggling to live with now at this minute.
Yeah, no, definitely, and Éire or Kilcoole are going to have to take the ball out of contact, really. Like, they can't keep running into trouble. They're going to have to put on the brakes, turn around, see where the support play is.
Yeah, and it's that support play that's just not there at the minute. There's no one coming off the shoulder to relieve the bit of pressure. Darren Hayden is going to take his time over this one. 11 and a half minutes on the clock. He's about 10 yards in from the sideline. He's right on the 21 here. Tough enough angle, but should be handy enough for a man of Darren Hayden's standing. Kicks this one high. Both umpires look to be happy with this one, and it's over the bar. 3-point game here. 3-point game here in Aughrim. 1-3 to Éire. 3 points to Kilcoole. 12 minutes gone. Next couple of minutes vital for Kilcoole now to try and just maybe weather the storm a little bit.
Yeah, well, they need to get their kick out away first, and they've done that with a short one now, but they are struggling on their own kick outs.
Shane Keogh gets the ball, hand passes it away into Danny Barland. Barland solos with the ball. There's a runner outside and made a run, but he just slow and kicking the ball up, and it's a poor pass enough. It looked like a push from Lee Dutton and Peter Keane. It was a push from Lee Dutton and Peter Keane. It's a free out there. Ball is in the hands of Stephen Kelly. He gets it to Killian Keane. Keane gives the ball out to Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea has a look up. Danny Woods is free right out on the sideline. Takes the ball in splendid isolation right underneath the press box here, gets it into Killian Keane. Peter Keane makes a run outside him. It's a loop and hand pass. Keane does enough to get it, does he? Looked like he touched the ball on the ground. He did touch the ball on the ground again. It was a hospital pass, as we'd like to say.
Yeah, it was, you know, and Killian Keane to Dan Keane, and it just didn't come off, and kind of put him in a bit of trouble because a few Kilcoole players around him. Little bit of a delay in letting Kilcoole take the free, so it's after we brought it up, and this is probably in range for
Lee Dutton.
I'd imagine, yeah.
He kicked a similar one there a few minutes ago, and as we said, this will be a big score now for Kilcoole. Kilcoole had seemed confident enough he's going to kick it because there's no one gone inside even. He does kick it, but this one has gone to the left, way left of the post and gone wide, and we'll wait for the kick out of Billy Norman. That's just at this minute you kind of feel Kilcoole need to take all those chances, Podge.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Like, it was definitely well within his range. Like, the last one he kicked was probably the same distance, you know, and he did it loads, but just didn't have the accuracy.
Kick out from Billy Norman. Billy Norman goes Out to the far side, it's Fionn O'Carroll on the ball, gets it, hand passes the ball away as Éire come hunting down the field again. Fionn O'Carroll takes that ball back at pace, he's really moving. O'Carroll has a look, just checks his run, gives the ball back into Killian Keane. Keane comes across, Dan Keane is in space here now, dangerous man to leave in space, gives the ball into Darren Hayden. Hayden has a look up, little dummy solo, pops a little pass inside to Sam Thompson. Thompson just spills it at the wide, but it comes to his aid really, the little spill there, gets the ball, kicks it high and kicks it over the bar. He used the spill of the ball just to turn his marker and was really effective there. Kicks off the right boot, kicks high and kicks over the bar. 4-point game again. It's 1-4 to 3 points here. 14 and a half minutes gone, just halfway through the first half, and Éire look to be kind of hitting top gear now.
Yeah, they are. Like, they're getting their kickouts are easy because Kilcoole are dropping 2 players back, and then they're running the ball and getting into position then just outside the 45 to kick it in.
Again, they've won the Kilcoole kick-out. Fionn O'Carroll goes long inside looking for Darren Hayden. Kevin Condon just about deals with, turns back in on his goal. Hayden puts the pressure on, gets the tackle in. Owen O'Brien is back to help, into the hands of Ronan Keddy all the way back in his own full back line. Tries to get the ball away, does get the ball away to Owen O'Brien. O'Brien, again, there's huge numbers around him from the Éire point of view. Shane Keogh gets the ball to Ronan Keddy. Hard work for the Kilcoole men to get out of their defence. Huge work being put in by Éire. Owen O'Brien takes a hit there from Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea does well and bottles up Ryburn. Burn probably lucky to get free there.
Yeah, like it's after taking about 8 or 10 passes to get the ball from the goalkeeper to just outside the 45, like, in probably 30-40 seconds, you know. They need to move the ball a lot quicker than that.
Kilcoole come out with this one, get the ball out as far as Luke Riley. Riley goes up the line, but there's only one man there. Peter Keane is going to flick the ball back to Stephen Kelly. It's a little 1-2 between the two, and he goes all the way back to the goalie, Billy Norman. Dealt with very easily there by the Éire backline. Dave Rooney gets the ball, pops it off as far as James Woods. Woods up on his own 45, gets the ball into Dara Shield, pops a little pass off outside to Joe Prendergast. Prendergast solos, has a look. Again, looks for options. Well, there's options all over the field at the minute for Éire. One of them is Danny Woods. Woods charges forward with the ball, has a runner inside, decides to drift across the field with the ball himself, still being in possession, played a little 1-2 there with Killian Keane, gets the ball across to Dave Rooney. Rooney now puts down the afterburners, little pull on the jersey there, gets the ball back to Danny Woods. Woods kicks the ball in, there's an advantage being played, it'll be a free to Éire, and again, just the injection of pace is catching Kilcoole there.
Yeah, you're right. Like, Éire are absolutely, they're running the ball really, really quick. Like, they're moving the ball and moving the man really quick. Like, they get the ball, it's all give and goes and sprinting off the ball. Like, and Kilcoole are struggling to stay with them at the moment.
Okay, the free was from Darren Hayden, got into Sean Cranley. Again, they recycle it's all the way back out with Hayden now on the far side. He's on the 21, cuts inside onto that right boot, drops this one in dangerously. Again, Condon comes through, spills it down. It's dealt with in there by Keith Reynolds, just about. Kilcoole get away with that one again. Away comes Reynolds, pops a little pass off. Owen O'Brien's in a little bit of space. Again, he needs runners, gives it back to Reynolds. Reynolds comes out. Only one man up the field here for Kilcoole and no one getting to him. A brilliant hand in by Fintan O'Shea, just releases the ball away, but Owen O'Brien does well to pick up the pieces. Again, it's loose. It's Killian Keane picks it up. Fionn O'Carroll goes back, wins the dirty ball and gets it back as far as Stephen Kelly. Kelly 45 yards out from his own goal, solos with this one, has a look, sizes up his options, comes back inside and pops a pass off to Joe Prendergast. Prendergast is 65 yards out, drops the shoulder, goes by Danny Barland. Good movement there by Prendergast, tries to break another tackle, gets the ball off to Dara Shield. Shield is Danny Woods running off his shoulder, he cuts back in onto his left foot, gets the ball inside as far as Sam Thompson. Thompson's dangerous shot from Thompson, into the top corner of the net, left the keeper stranded. A peach of a goal there. Whether he meant it, I'm sure he'll tell you this evening he did, but that was a beautiful finish. He took the ball. He's been dangerous all through this first half. Thompson now in front of his man and the right ball in, and he's doing damage. That's 1-1 in the last two attacks there.
Yeah, and they're looking for Thompson all the time in there, and he won that ball, and his first thought was to turn and take his man on. Took the shot, might not have meant it, but ended up in the back of the net anyway.
2-4 to Éire, 3 points now to Kilcoole, 18 minutes on the clock. As we said, Éire just are taking control of this one at the minute. It's a 7-point game here. Kilcoole need to maybe change things around a bit if they're to get anything from this. We still have 11 minutes of the first half to go. It's in the hands of Fionn O'Carroll. O'Carroll pops a pass off to Dave Rooney. Rooney has a look up, boots that ball in. Sean Cranley is out in front, looks for the run of Darren Hayden, but cuts back inside. Cranley again tries a little ball into Thompson, doesn't find him. Kilcoole cut it out and come away with the ball here. It's out as far as Cormac Byrne. Byrne is turned again by a huge the huge presence that is Danny Woods. It's a loose looking pass, and Ronan Kelly does really well to get to that one. It's into the hands of Owen O'Brien. O'Brien gets the ball up as far as Shane Collins. Collins again cuts back in, kicks a little pass, hangs in the air a bit, but it's well dealt with by Cormac Byrne. Byrne looks up, pops off a pass to Danny Barland. Barland kicks it out to the far wing there as far as Chris Carroll. Carroll tries to break inside, gets the ball into his midfielder James Scullion. Again, it's all being played around the 65. They're looking to try and break the lines of Éire. Éire standing strong, tackling really well, but now it's Owen Keddy trying to take on the defence, twisting and turning there. Again, he's turned by a huge presence, a huge number of Éire jerseys. A loose pass comes up, Peter Keane picks it off, and it's back into the hands of Stephen Kelly. He steps back inside and gives the ball out here to Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea has had a massive role to play in this one already, handling a huge amount of ball. Gets the ball to Dara Shield. Shield solos forward, has a look up, has options. Again, it's O'Shea, picks up the ball. The number 25 has a look up, just comes back with this one. Good tackling there by Danny Barland, puts him under pressure, but only comes as far as Fionn O'Carroll. He gets it to Dara Shield. Shield pops it off to Danny Woods. Woods on the ball, gives it to Darren Hayden. Hayden just drifting around the 45, playing as almost the playmaker role that he plays so well. Gets the ball into Danny Woods, over to the far side to Joe Prendergast. Prendergast has a look, sizes up his options again, just comes lateral, patient stuff from the Éire men. Kicks it long over to the far side here to Sean Cranley. Cranley has a look, Fintan O'Shea will make a run. Cranley cuts inside. Cranley kicks this one high, it's batted away by the goalie. It's dangerous, and it's picked up by Dan Keane, and it's over the bar, and just that ball in on the goalie at the minute, and it's nervous times every time that ball is going in there.
Yeah, it's probably the third or fourth one that's actually dropped short from Éire, but they're under big pressure when the ball goes in there. See Kilcoole have two lads ready to go in, two subs.
Two subs. It looks like Charlie Frawley and Brendan Wallace are about to enter the fray here. A double substitution after 21 minutes of this one. Long kick down the field from Kevin Condon. Ball breaks in the middle of the field as Roy Byrne gets pushed in the back. Happy enough to take his free. Pops it off out to Chris Carroll. He gives the ball back into his defence, and again Kilcoole look to build from the back. Keith Reynolds has this one, solos forward with Ronan Keddy, comes off his shoulder. Darren Hayden tries to hunt him down. Reynolds kicks a diagonal ball across field, hand in from Peter Keane, just as enough. Dave Rooney palms the ball down to Fionn O'Carroll, and now Darren Hayden has a chance to attack here. Hayden looks up, pops a little pass inside, but well read in there by Luke Riley, out in front of his man, done really well. Gets it to Keith Reynolds, kicks a pass up as far as Cormac Byrne. Byrne turns inside, has a look, pops the ball off to Ronan Kelly. Kenny on the 65 solos, has a look, has to turn back again. There's two Éire men tackling all the time. Chris Carroll is on the ball here now, comes all the way across here as far as Keith Reynolds. Reynolds looks up, solos, and again there's a pull on the jersey inside. It's Stephen Kelly is being blamed for this one, but eagle eyes again from Stephen Fagan. It's not the first time he's pulled him up on it, so it'll be just what Kilcoole need at the minute, a free in a scoreable position here, just to take the pressure off a little.
Yeah, they haven't scored since the 8 minutes, so they've gone 14 minutes without a score, and at that time Éire have kicked 2-4.
Yeah, so yeah, so Brendan Wallace is in for James Scullion, and Charlie Frawley is in for Chris Carroll, as the management from Kilcoole ring the changes. It's 2-5 to 4 points here in the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-final. Kilcoole started well, but Éire have ignited into this game now, and it's 23 minutes on the clock. Billy Norman looks to come to this side of the field. A huge kick from Norman underneath his Dara Shield. Ball breaks. Fintan O'Shea is the first to react. Gets the break. It's not Fintan O'Shea, sorry, it's Luke Wright, or it's James Woods. Woods gives it to Fintan O'Shea. Knocks it back as far as Stephen Kelly. Kelly over to the far side of the field to Dave Rooney. Rooney always seems to have time and space on the ball. He's playing a big role over on that far side. Gets the ball here, and it's in the hands of Peter Keane. Keane pops it off to Joe Prendergast. Again, very comfortable on the ball. The Greystones lads, there's no panic. Always have numbers. There's 3-4 loose men there as Kilcoole try to just push up on the man on the ball, but it's not happening for him at the minute. Ball is inside to Danny Woods. Woods pops a lovely ball off to Joe Prendergast. Prendergast inside the 45, gets to the top of the D, off his right foot on the run, kicks it high. Lovely score from Prendergast on the run. Made it look really simple, Podge.
Yeah, he did. Like a very, very talented player, Joe Prendergast. You know, was a great underage player coming up from Rogue the last couple of years. I think this is his second year now playing adult football. Like, so they'll be looking for a lot from him.
Again, the short kick out was won and held by Kilcoole. Owen O'Brien on the ball, gets it to Keith Reynolds. Reynolds has a look up, sizes up his options again. There's just a huge number of blue and white jerseys in front of him, cutting off all avenues. They're happy enough to leave him with the ball there. Ronan Keddy comes back, picks it up. He's in the middle of the field, has a runner off the shoulder there, and it's Danny Barland. Barland looks up, gets a ball inside. A lovely little exchange of passes there by the Kilcoolman all the way inside. As far as the new man in is, it's out to Lee Dutton. Dutton off his left foot. That's a better score from the Kilcoolman. Well worked through the hands. Lovely, intricate little pass, and ended up with the danger man. The man they need to feed, and it's over the bar, and they need a few more of those.
Yeah, they do. Like you see, actually, that was the first time I noticed that Éire actually backed off and let Kilcoole come out with the ball, and they did. There was a couple of subs linked up, got it to Lee Dutton, and that's their first score from play.
First score from play is right. It's 2-6 to 5 points here. 25 minutes on the clock as Éire come out with the ball again. Stephen Kelly gets it to Danny Woods. Woods looks up, has time to turn and assess the situation. Pops it off here. It's back into the hands of Stephen Kelly. Dan Keane pops it back to him. Kelly just takes his time. Solos again, gives it to Woods. Woods in space, has a look. Just steps inside Lee Dutton. Woods has a look inside. He's going to go out underneath the stand with this one. Rooney kicks a long ball across here as far as Killian Keane. Keane out as far as Dan Keane here in space, just inside the 45. Injects some pace into the attack. Gets it on his left foot. But this one's not going to come in enough, I think. Just to the left of the post and wide. And that's one of the first wides. 2 wides for Éire now, I think. So, again, Kilcoole now probably just wanting half time a little bit at this stage. I suppose they'd like a score or two before it, but it's 2-6 to 5 points, a 7-point game here. They need something to happen, and they need something quick as Cormac Byrne rages up the field, does really well. He's gone to the 45, huge run from Byrne there, gets the ball inside as far as Brendan Wallace. Wallace exchange of passes into the hands of Shane Collins, kicks it high and kicks it over the bar. And definitely from an attacking point of view, the two subs have made a difference.
Yeah, no, they have. Like I'm just looking at physicality of the two lads they brought in. They're a lot lighter than the lads, and maybe that's what they need. I think, you know, to track the Éire runners and things like that. You know, but that was a great score, and like, you know, it was Cormac Byrne that took the ball and drove out defence at real pace. You know, like nothing lethargic about it, and moved the ball really, really quick then.
6-point game here now in Aughrim, 2-6 to 6 points, 26.5 minutes on the clock. Long ball down the field from Billy Norman. Ball breaks off the hand of a Kilcoole man, but falls nicely for Dan Keane. Keane looks for Sam Thompson down the corner. Thompson is out in front, wins the ball again. His first moment, he's gone inside both defenders. Brilliant play from Thompson. Chance on a heavy tackle there. Looks like we could have a penalty here. It looked like the tackle was on the kicking leg from here.
Yeah, well, if he's given the free, it has to be a penalty. He was definitely inside the area.
So, on first view, it looked all over a penalty. Fagan has gone in to have a quick chat with his umpires, but definitely from here, it looked like the kicking leg, was taken from him. I don't think there can be any complaints on that one.
No, you know.
Again, as you said, like Sam Thompson's first thing in his head is to turn and go, and took 2 of them on and left 2 of them for dead. You know,
yeah,
so
he did.
Darren Hayden will take this penalty. Again, this could be a hammer blow for Kilcoole. Stephen Fagan just laying down the law to someone on the sideline there, telling everyone to stay outside the D. Waits for Darren Hayden to step up. Has a kick, sends the keeper the wrong way into the far left top corner, and it's 3-6 now to 6 points here. Éire. A long way back now it's a long way back here for the Kilcoole men.
Yeah, they're probably, like, you know, they're after getting 2 points in a row there. That's the last thing they need, was to concede a goal.
Ronan Keddy takes the kick out, turns, does really well. Keddy strides forward, gets the ball in as far as Roy Byrne, burns away solo. This is working well for them, running at the heart of their Éire defence. Long ball in, looking for Brendan Wallace. Wallace is beaten in a foot race though by James Woods. Woods does well, gets the ball out to Fintan O'Shea, little 1-2, and it's in the hands of Danny Woods. Woods is about 21 yards out from his own goal, and almost nonchalantly strides along with that ball. Woods gives the ball back to Stephen Kelly works the ball all the way across to Joe Prendergast underneath the stand at the far side. He needs support. He has support in the shape of Dave Rooney. Rooney pops a little pass off to Killian Keane. Keane has a look up, goes long inside, tries to take the sweeper. Brilliant ball into Sean Cranley. Cranley had left his marker. Little switch of the play over to Sam Thompson. Beautiful touch into Darren Hayden. They've taken one another out at the back to Kilcoole men. And Darren Hayden strokes the ball into the net. A wonderful move, and just when things aren't going your way, Kilcoole men knocked one another down and left an empty net for Darren Hayden, but it was a wonderful move up to that podge.
Yeah, it was a great ball from Killian Keane into Sean Cranley. He kicked it in. I'd say he was trying to find Darren Hayden, but Sam Thompson got to it. I think Sam Thompson knew exactly what he was doing. I think he got his hand to it and knocked it down to Darren Hayden when both the Kilcoole players went for the ball.
Yeah, a wonderful finish. It's 4-6 to 6 points here now, a 12-point game. 29 and a half minutes on the clock as Ronan Keddy tries to drive his team forward again, does drive them forward, needs runners. It's into the hands of Ryborn. Just slips from his grasp. The pass from Owen Kenny just didn't stick, and it's into the hands of Danny Woods. Woods back on his own 45, pops the ball back to Stephen Chester Kelly. Has a look. Peter Keane comes off his shoulder. Long pass up as far as Joe Prendergast, long fist pass. Prendergast again looks to face up with Ronan Keddy. Keddy does enough just to turn him back and halt the point of the attack. Gives the ball to Peter Keane. Keane finds Stephen Kelly. He comes all the way across to Fionn O'Carroll. Dave Rooney is looking for the ball just off his shoulder. Kicks left footed. Great pass into Fintan O'Shea. Wonderful ball down as far as O'Shea there. He is a runner inside. Just didn't get the ball offloaded quick enough. Keith Reynolds does really well. Puts in the hard yards, the hard tackles. Danny Woods waits for the ball. Gets it 65 yards out right in front of us here at the press box side. Peter Keane has the ball now. Gives it to Dave Rooney. Rooney gives it into Sean Cranley. Cranley just turns, pops a little pass off to Darren Hayden. Hayden spots a run inside, just a little overcooked. The keeper lets it hop and lets it bounce wide, and we're just into injury time. We're a minute into injury time. Actually, I didn't hear if there was any.
Yeah, 1 minute.
I didn't hear if there was any addition. There was 1 minute of additional time, so that'll be nearly up. Stephen Fagan calls for the ball. It's 4-6 there. Rogue 6 points to Kilcoole. The old adage, I suppose, that goals win games, Podge, and Rogue have certainly got their share of them in that half.
Yeah, they have 3 goals there for Darren Hayden in the first half. You know, I think like Kilcoole are sitting back, they're letting Eire come out with the ball easy enough, and then they're getting into the set-up area and they're still able to deliver the kick pass into the danger man. Like Sam Thompson, they're looking for a lot of the time. Sean Cranley's causing them trouble. You know, Killian Keane is having an impact. Darren Hayden. Like Eire have a great mixture there of youth and experience, you know, and
it's almost like Kilcoole have numbers back, but as you said, they're just not pressing at the right time. You know, the fact that there's numbers back is no good if you don't press at the right time and press the ball. You know, as you said, like Danny Woods are strolling around here, picking their passes inside, and you know, I wouldn't like to be in that full back line in there the way the ball is being left in front of the full forward. You know, Sam Thompson, he's really good. He's a good ball winner. You know, Sean Cranley's winning his ball. It's very hard to play against there to me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think they need to put more pressure on the lad that's delivering the ball in. Like, if they're going to allow him have that much time, they're going to be able to give those passes, you know.
And that's it. Look, it's, as we said, Eire 4-6, Kilcoole 6 points in the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-final here. Huge first half for the men from Greystones. Kilcoole with a lot of work to do. We'll be back with the second half shortly. Don't miss us.
GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all. Where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams, who honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to, Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong. We all need somewhere. We who live for the day that might never come.
Are you excited?
We who go back again and again to where we come from.
Well, lads, what's the crack?
We who won't stop until we're unstoppable.
Very nice shoes tonight.
We who will never say no to getting stuck in.
You got it all free?
Yeah.
We who pass on every tradition and skill that was passed on to us.
Thanks.
We who love the days that come forever. Him, her, them, us. We all need somewhere that belongs to us all. GAA, where we all belong.
You're all very welcome back here for the second half of the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-final between Éire, Greystones and Kilcoole. It's been a pretty one-sided first half. The scoreline reads 4-6 Éire, Kilcoole 6 points. Kilcoole actually went 3 points to 1 up after 8 minutes in this match, and it's been all Éire ever since. We were just saying, Kilcoole probably need to change their tactics a little bit. Having numbers back is one thing, but they've no pressure on the ball whatsoever. They're just letting Éire carry the ball to the 45 and ping passes in at this stage.
Yeah, Kilcoole are sitting probably with 2 players back. And what Éire are actually doing is they're really, really patient. They're getting to the ball to a player in space that's able to deliver the ball in with no pressure on them.
Taking the 2 players
Yeah,
out of the game,
he is, and if Kilcoole are going to keep employing that tactic, they're as well off nearly doubling up on the 2 players inside, as opposed to trying to sweep in front of them, because that's not working, or else they may just push out and put real serious pressure on them. The chances that Kilcoole are actually getting is when they move the ball really, really quick. I know Éire have backed off them a little bit at times, and Kilcoole are exploiting that, but that's what they need to do. Like, I think it was Cormac Byrne went running up the middle of the field there at one stage, and they need to keep doing things like that. That
they just make go direct at them, run at the heart of the defence. That seems to be the only way. As we said, the 2 subs came in for a couple of minutes there. A couple of grey hinter changes. Charlie Frawley and Brendan Wallace got a couple of scores, done really well. But then a hammer blow at the other end, a penalty and another goal. It's just wiped them out almost.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I think Kilcoole now, I do think they have to change tactics, because if they want any chance to get into this game, they can't sit back and invite Éire on to them. They're going to have to push out on them. You know what? If it leaves your full back line exposed, so be it. Yeah. You might as well lose by 20 as lose by 10.
Look, it's we said 4-6 to 6 points here. Kilcoole just coming back out onto the field. I have to say there doesn't look to be an awful amount of enthusiasm about the way they've came out, but we'll see what way they're going to line up shortly now. Look to be going man on man. Don't think there's any more changes on either side. Éire no need to make changes, I suppose. Kilcoole going back to pick up their men, and we're getting ready to rock and roll here. Stephen Fagan, our referee, about to throw in the ball in this one. And the second half of our Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-final is underway. The ball is in, breaks down the middle of the field. Dara Shield picks up the break straight away. Éire come bombing down the field again. It's into the hands of Dan Keane. He finds Dave Rooney. Rooney looks for a little pass, but hops to go back to Stephen Kelly. Kelly gets the ball and pops it off to Killian Keane. He goes all the way across the far side to Fintan O'Shea. Again, patient build up from the Éire men. Happy enough to stroke the ball back and forward with foot passes. Kilcoole again have dropped back into their own 45. Dave Rooney pops the ball in as far as Sean Cranley. Cranley does well, wins the ball. He's pushed in the back by Luke Riley, and so far there doesn't look to be much of a change.
No, and I know they have to compete for the ball and things like that, but I think Sean Cranley was heading out the field, and probably unnecessary to foul him there.
It'll be a chance for Darren Hayden to add to his impressive tally so far. Darren has already 3 goals to his name and a couple of frees.
3-2 in the first half.
3-2 in the first half, so wouldn't be a bad tally for anyone in a semi-final. It's 3-3 now. Another point kicked high and over the bar for Darren Hayden. 4-7 to 6 points here, and we said Kilcoole needed to start brightly, but it's Éire who've kicked the first score in this half. Kick out now will be from Kevin Condon. Condon goes long to the far side of the field. Huge kick. Fintan O'Shea jumps there. Looked like a push in the back play away. So the referee is a loose looking pass from Éire. One of the first of the day. But Darren Hayden picks it up. Does well to get the ball back as far as Dara Shield. Shield picks it off the ground. It looked very close to the ground, and it was. So be a free to be taken by Shane Keogh. Kicks the ball in as far as Ronan Keddy. Keddy pops off the ball, and it's that man Cormac Byrne who just about brings the ball. He doesn't. It's just a bad bounce there, Aughrim, and it's into the hands of Dave Rooney. Rooney finds Sean Cranley. Cranley comes on the loop, gives the ball back to Joe Prendergast, breaks 2 tackles, does really well, but he done really well because he was over carrying it, Stephen Fagan said so.
Yeah, I think he was right. He had to avoid the tackles, and he took a couple of steps extra that he probably didn't want to take.
So It'll be a free to Kilcoole. Just Ronan Keddy gets it, and takes the return. Keddy 65 yards out from his own goal, solos forward on the 65 down, playing into the town end now. Kilcoole is Éire playing to the Herbst end. Heavy tackles going in again from the Éire men, heavy but fair, and it's a turnover ball. Joe Prendergast gets the ball, wins it, goes down. Dara Shield has taken a knock there while he was making that tackle, but he's back up and he's okay. Dave Rooney is on the ball here, finds Dan Keane in oceans of space there. There's space all over the place for Éire at the minute, and it's Sean Cranley again in space, goes to take on his man Luke Riley. Riley stands him up, Sean Cranley cuts inside, he will have a pop, this one's curling in, it's high, it's over the bar, and it's 4-8 to 6 points, and it's all too easy for the Éire men now at the minute.
Yeah, Sean Cranley has been a thorn in their side. We spoke about Sam Thompson, and look at the full forward line they have. It's very impressive.
Yeah, as we were talking there, I know 2 teams went down last year, but they're no intermediate team, to be fair to them. I know they have to win a final, but they're a really strong outfit. Joe Prendergast just takes the kick out, plays on, happy enough to play on, but good pressure on him there from Kilcoole, turning back into the hands of Killian Keane. Keane finds Fintan O'Shea there on the far side of the field. He'll look to go to Danny Woods, comes back this way, gives the ball to Killian Keane. He pops a little pass off to Stephen Kelly. Kelly 65 yards out from the Herbst end here, drills a long high ball in. It's going to be too far. No, Sam Thompson does really well to keep it in. I think the Kilcoole lads all thought was going out and turns and flicks the ball high and over the bar. Another wonderful score. Just kept going when everyone around him stopped.
Yeah, it looked like it was going out. I think the ball in from Stephen Kelly was probably aimed for Sean Cranley, really, but Sam Thompson was alert to it. And a great score, great finish.
Kevin Condon takes the kick out as far as Roy Byrne. Byrne is adjudged to being pushed there by our referee Stephen Fagan. 4 minutes of the second half on the clock. It's 4-9 to 6 points here. Kilcoole take the free. It's into the hands of Luke Riley. Riley pops it off as far as Luke Evans. Evans gives a little ball to Owen Keddy into Ronan Keddy. It's all very tight, but they've worked it out really well, and it's just gone out over the line. Just the pressure on the ball, and when little things are against you, they're against you, I suppose, Podge.
Yeah, no, serious pressure for Éire. They're pressing now like they did at the start of the second half. They're not dropping off anymore. There's spare players out the field as well, so it's probably that'll be easier for them.
Stephen Kelly takes the ball from Dave Rooney, pops it back to Peter Keane. Keane has a look up, pops it off to Rooney again, takes the ball into contact, but just does enough to hold on to it. Gives the ball over there as far as James Woods. Woods find Danny Woods, and it's out to the far sideline as Éire come hunting again. Little 1-2, and Woods has it back again. 65 yards out from his own goal, drills a pass along the outside the bow over to Stephen Kelly. It's almost exhibition stuff here from the Éire lads now at the minute, but Kilcoole just chasing shadows at the present time. Joe Prendergast gets the ball into Dara Shield. Shield has a look up, pops the ball off to Stephen Kelly. Kelly again picks his beautiful pass into Darren Hayden. Hayden had made a run in around the back. Danger here for Kilcoole again. Takes the ball across, gives it to Sean Cranley, and he pops the ball high off the post and over the bar. It just snuck inside off the post there. A wonderful score again. Wonderful foot pass from Stephen Kelly, but all the time in the world to do it as well.
Yeah, he has, and I'm watching the Éire lads are working so hard off the ball, trying to run into space and support the player on the ball. They know the extra man, but they're not sitting back and they're really being proactive in trying to get on the ball.
4-10 to 6 points, 6 minutes gone in this second half. Kick out goes as far as Keith Reynolds, takes it under pressure but does well. Reynolds pops a little pass out as far as Owen O'Brien. O'Brien tries to get forward with this one, passes off the boot up as far as Brendan Wallace. This first half sub, pops a little pass off to Shane Keogh. Chance for Kilcoole to string a few passes together and get to the ball to the right hand of the field. Lee Dutton wearing 11 again. There's huge congestion around that central area on the 45. Ball is back in the hands of Keith Reynolds. Referee has seen a tug on the jersey inside. That's the third one of those. Yeah. He's moving it in because someone hasn't been happy with it. And what's he going to do? He can't move it in much further, I think. No. He's moving it into the 14, is he?
Manchester was clever there.
Yeah, it was a quick free going for goal. He just walked across him.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He done what, if you were a manager, you'd expect him to do.
Yeah, you'd be smiling. You'd be smiling on the sideline if you were a manager.
Lee Dutton will take this one. Chance to register a score, the first score of the second half for the Kilcoole men. It's 4-10 to 7 points here. It's 7 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, like a whirlwind start from Éire in the second half. Exactly what Kilcoole didn't want, like to kick 4 points there in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
You know, I suppose speaking from a manager's point of view, it's exactly what you'd want Éire to do. It's exactly what Kilcoole didn't want. But if you're over Éire, you want them to go out and put the game to bed, I suppose. Billy Norman goes long down the field from this one. Dan Keane and Keir Reynolds under Darsheel. Ball breaks. Ronan Keddy gets to it first though. Needs a bit of help on his knees. Again, there's 3 blue and white jerseys around him. He wins his free. He does enough to win his free. Keddy looking for options, wants someone to make a run. That run is made by Luke Evans. Evans gets the hands on the ball, charges forward with it. Again, there's blue jerseys around him everywhere with chance for Keir Reynolds. Oh, straight down the barrel of a gun there. He let fly the corner back, but Norman stood tall and parried the ball away. Éire come away with it. Dan Keane has this one. Ronan Keddy tries to tackle, but Keane gives him the slip. Up the field goes Dan Keane. He has an option inside. That option is Fionn O'Carroll. He's tackled and goes to the ground, but Joe Prendergast does enough to get the ball. Kilcoole now, huge intensity from the Kilcoole man, but Prendergast does really well, steps inside, lovely play from Prendergast. Ball is into the hands of Dave Rooney and across the field, and a huge cheer from the Éire people there as Prendergast got himself out of trouble and almost threw the kitchen sink at him, Kilcoole there, and he done really well. It's a foot pass that's gone astray. It's the first time almost we've had to say that from Éire. Was a long ball in looking for Sam Thompson. He didn't make it. Owen O'Brien will take the line ball. He'll be about 2 or 3 yards in from the corner flag. Goes back to his goalie, Kevin Condon. Tackled by Darren Hayden, turned over by Darren Hayden. Danger here, but Owen O'Brien gets this one, comes away with it. Has a look, it's into the hands of Sam Thompson. Oh, he tried to be cute with that one and lobbed the keeper, but Kilcoole, I suppose, can breathe a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, I think the last minute there, that passage of play, like Kilcoole actually, it was the first time I saw them putting on such pressure on Joe Prendergast, but he managed to get away. They celebrated it like it was a score to get the ball in. Serious pressure on Kilcoole then again, and nearly another goal for Éire.
Joe Prendergast picks off this kick out, gets the ball into Dan Keane. Keane is a runner off him, it's Killian Keane, but it's just cut out by Shane Keogh. Kilcoole just come away with this one, gets the ball to Owen Keddy. He carries it almost back into trouble. There's a hand on it from Killian Keane, but he gets the ball out to the far side to Cormac Byrne. He gives the ball in to Keith Reynolds. Reynolds carrying the fight now. He's been one of the better players all day for Kilcoole. Drives a long ball in, but it's gone long and out to the left of the post and wide, and almost caught between 2 minds there. It was a half shot, half pass, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. It was just more in desperation than anything else, like, you know, and that Éire aren't actually doing that, you know, they're the opposite, like they're coming forward and they're real calm on the ball.
Éire 4-10, Kilcoole 7 points here, 10 minutes of the second half gone in this Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-final. A long kick out again from Billy Norman. Ball breaks down the field, avoids everyone into the hands of Fionn O'Carroll. O'Carroll pops a little pass into Dan Keane. Keane a space in front of him, looks for the foot pass out to Darren Hayden, just goes away from Hayden a little bit, takes him out to the 14 underneath the scoreboard, gives the ball to Joe Prendergast. Prendergast almost a dummy shot there, dangerous ball in. Kevin Condon goes for it, there's a touch on it in there from Dan Keane, who had continued his run and tips it over the bar, and another score. As I said, any high ball in around there is danger.
Yeah, remind me of Dan Keane give the ball. It wasn't a great ball to Darren Hayden, but after he gave it, he ran in and got on the edge of the square waiting for that high ball coming in.
Brilliant take by Roy Byrne in the middle of the field from the kick out. Tries to get his team up the field, does well. He's playing on an advantage here, needs a bit of support. Gets the ball out to Keith Reynolds. Reynolds running the hard yards, trying to get Kilcoole forward. Pops a little pass into Ronan Keddy. It's just loose and Dave Rooney picks it off. Rooney does well. There's pressure on him by 3 Kilcoole man. Gets the ball back. It's into the hands of Stephen Kelly. Kelly plays a 1-2 with Rooney, and here comes Kelly charging up the field in his familiar style. He's done it so many times for Wicklow as well. Pops a little ball in as far as Sean Cranley. Cranley has a look again. Luke Riley puts pressure on him, turns him, brings the ball back out 21 yards out, right on the sideline here in the press box side. They recycle the ball. Danny Woods has this one, pings a pass across as far as Killian Keane. Keane has a look up. Joe Prendergast is in space in front of him. Dara Shields is in space 45 yards out. Ronan Keddy goes to try and cut out that space. Shields might have thought about the shot there, but gets the ball off to Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea gets the ball back into Killian Keane over as far as Dave Rooney. A chance for Éire to build again. Little foot pass out as far as Danny Woods. Just about keeps it in play. Does enough and charges up the line with the ball, takes on his man. Good running from Woods here. He needs support, does he? No, pops a little pass in as far as Dan Keane. Keane, little drop of the shoulder, turns Keith Reynolds. A heavy challenge from Keith Reynolds, and Dan Keane goes to ground. And I'd say Keith Reynolds will have his name taken, I'd imagine, here by the referee.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think that'll probably be a yellow card for a high tackle, all right. But I'm just looking at Rogan, and it's easy for them to play like this when they're winning by so much, but they're so patient. They've after working that ball from one sideline to the other sideline, they can wait for a gap to appear and then to take it on. Lovely little chip pass inside, but like it's easy for them to be patient.
And you know, the same when they were 3 points to 1 down, they were playing the same
Yeah,
game.
they were.
You know
They were
what I
still
mean?
patient,
You know, they were backing what they were doing, and that seems like a long time ago now that they were 3 points to 1 down. But looks like there's going to be a couple of subs coming in here for. Looks like David Dunn and Gavin O'Shea will be coming in as Darren Hayden adds to his already impressive haul. 4-12 now to 7 points, 13 minutes gone. Yeah, it's Gavin O'Shea coming in and David Dunn. We'll see who's making way now. We had a numbers board here yesterday evening. Someone must have brought it home. Peter Keane makes way and Darren Hayden go off, so Darren Hayden's last act was to kick the ball over the bar. Danny Woods jumps for that one, but Luke Evans just gets the break, gives it back to Luke Riley. Riley has a look up, pops a little pass off. Kilcoole now looking to get down, get a couple of scores of their own maybe. The pass is picked off by Dara Shield into the hands of Danny Woods. Woods is surely fouled, is he? Looks like a foul to me. It is a foul. Probably a good foul the way things were going. Kilcoole were struggling to get numbers back there.
Dara Shield read that really well. Like, you know, Kilcoole ran the attack and he could see the hand pass coming and intercepted it really well.
So Sean Cranley will take this free, kicks it back as far as his centre back, just in David Dunn, into Dara Shield. Again, Éire now just patiently building. They have the ball in the middle of the field, working it as Sean Cranley has it. Looks a good pressure from Owen Keddy. They've turned them over. It's 2-on-2 inside. If they launch the ball inside, they do launch it inside. Ryborn is out in front of James Woods there. Does really well. Gets the ball back to Owen Keddy. Good tackle there by Owen Dunn. Keddy kicks this one high, and unfortunately for Kilcoole, just gone to the right of the post. But they turned them over really well.
Yeah, no, they did. You know, and that's what they need to do. They need to put the pressure on straight away. Like, and if they get the opportunity, then 2-on-2. You know, that was probably a good scoring opportunity for them, really.
And as the breeze has stirred up here, it's in the backs of the Kilcoole men. But there's a long way back in this one. 4-12 to 7 points, 15 minutes on the clock. Billy Norman's kick out goes long down the field. Good fist on it from Luke Evans. The ball breaks into the middle of the field. Fiona Carroll does, the first one to read it. Gets the ball and gives it to Dara Shield. Shield looks up, there's runs being made inside. Fellas pointing where they wanted. Shield just holds up the point of the attack though. Gives the ball back to Fiona Carroll. Gets it back again. Shield breaks the tackle, does well. Has a look up, has a bit of space now, has a bit of time. Again opts to go for the pass off, and it's back into the hands of Fiona Carroll. O'Carroll has a little foot pass inside. Again, Killian Keane does really well at the top of the D. Swings a leg at this one, but this one is going to go to the right of the post and wide. And again,
yeah, I'm just looking at Éire when they're coming up the field. I don't know, you can pick it up on the camera, but the lads hugging both sidelines, and that's why they look to seem to have so much space and really, really patient. They have to work the ball from side to side as well.
Yeah, and that's really hard work on Kilcoole, trying to get from side to side without getting a hand on the ball. Like it always, mentally and physically, it'll sap your energy, you know. Ball is in the middle of the field. Ronan Keddy must feel at this stage like he has the whole of Greystones around him. In fairness to him, he has won his free though. Takes a quick out as far as Keith Reynolds. Reynolds pops it back into Ronan Keddy. A clash of two Greystones players off the wall. Sees Joe Prendergast go to ground. It's into the hands of Lee Dutton. Dutton kicks this one on the run off. Fantastic score from Dutton, to be fair. On the run, left foot. Really good score there. It's 4-12 to 8 points. Joe Prendergast will need a bit of attention. He collided with his own player there.
Yeah, great score there from Lee Dutton. In fairness to Keith Reynolds there, he hasn't stopped trying, like, and he's actually the one that's driving them out from the back, like, and that's what they need. But they need it from more than him.
Yeah, it's on the same Ronan Keddy.
Yeah, Ronan
winning,
Keddy, sorry, as well,
winning
yeah.
breaks in the midfield. Keith Reynolds behind forward. There's just not enough. They need a little bit more with them. Huge kick down the field. Oh, big catch by Danny Woods. He's fouled underneath that catch. Huge catch there by Woods. Such an imposing character there under the kick out.
I was only thinking about 2 minutes ago about Danny Woods playing wing forward. A great option for kick-outs and a hindrance to the opposition's kick-outs that they can't go wide. Big task for Luke Evans to compete with him in the air.
Ball is taken. It's got in really quick there as far as the number 24's Gavin O'Shea balls across the field into Sam Thompson. Thompson has been a thorn in Kilcoole's side all day. They're double marking him over there now. Shane Keown and O'Brien do well. They just turn him back out to about 30 yards out. Gets the ball to Joe Prendergast. None the worse for that bit of a clash earlier on. David Dunn on the ball. Picks a ball. Lovely pass in as far as Sean Cranley. Cranley from a standing position flicks the ball high and just flicks it over the bar. Another wonderful score. Space opening up all around. 4:13 now to Éire. 8 points to Kilcoole here. 18 minutes on the clock. And it looks like we're going to have an Annacurra Éire intermediate football final.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like it at this stage, all right.
Kick out again from Kevin Condon. Long down the field. Ball breaks in as far as Cormac Byrne gets it out. As far as Brendan Wallace. Wallace raids down the field. Gets the ball out here to Owen Keddy. Keddy has a look up. Tries to size up his options, wanted to go for the pass. He'll have to cut back inside, back out to his brother Ronan. Ronan has a look again. There's lots of blue jerseys in front. Gives the ball back to Owen Keddy. Oh, tried one with the outside of the right boot, but it never came off.
Yeah, just another example of what someone up today for Kilcoole today.
Yeah, they're lovely when they go over, but when they go wrong.
You wonder why did he take it on?
Yeah.
2 more subs getting ready here for Éire.
2 more subs. Number 19.
Shanahan is 17 anyway.
Cian Hines coming in. We'll see who's coming off there now. It's Dara Shield. He has put in a huge shift. And Chester Stephen Kelly is coming off as well. So 2 men after putting in a huge shift for Éire. Taking no chances now, the Éire management probably as well. You know, they don't want anyone picking up a silly little injury in the dying minutes of this one. Again, kick out as well taken, this time by Shane Keogh. Gives the ball to Ronan Keddy. Keddy right down the middle here. He'll have to look around. He needs someone to come with him. He has a kick off his right foot, but he's fouled and he has an advantage accruing there. So he's just gone to ground, Ronan Keddy, as we said there. He's after putting in a huge shift against all the odds there.
Yeah, he has. It's just, and to have Kilcoole have actually worked hard, but the problem is they're working so hard when they don't have the ball, you know, and that's after draining them really.
Just emptying the tank for no end product, you know. They're emptying the tank and maybe looking at Éire kicking a score at the end of it. You know, as I said, mentally and physically it drains you.
Yeah.
So looks like Luke Evans is going to take this one. Thought would have been Lee Dutton territory, but Luke has taken this one from the ground. As a look, kicks this one high and kicks it over the bar. 4:13 to 9 points here now. 20 minutes gone. So
well executed free there by Luke Evans. Looked really cool, and he just chipped it over the bar.
Chipped it over the bar with lots to spare as well. Like he was well out the field. So
obviously accomplished free taker as well.
Both codes.
I see Nick Nolan, our sideline man, on this side with 2 sons going to be playing for Montoker in an hour or less.
That's right. Nolan brothers. Ball breaks in the middle of the field. Ronan Keddy picks this one off, gives it inside to Charlie Frawley. He pops a little pass off to Lee Dutton. Dutton looks to get around on that left foot. Does get around on that left foot. Huge kick from Dutton, but this one's gone to the right of the post and wide. And again, almost a snapshot, but the pressure that's on, they have to take snapshots. Really.
Yeah, no, and it is serious pressure all the time. Like, they're all going to drop their intensity, and I'm glad to see that Kilcoole are still plugging away as well.
Kick out goes to didn't go past the 45. It shouldn't have been a mark, but kick out goes to the far side. Tate Shanahan's on the ball after coming in, gets the ball up to Joe Prendergast as Kilcoole try to funnel back there after having a few minutes of a spell up the field. Now they need to get their numbers back. Dan Keane underneath, as you said, shouting at Danny Woods to get right out onto this sideline here to keep it stretched. Sam Thompson's on the ball at the far side of the field, pops a little pass off to David Dunn. Dunn comes all the way across here as far as Dave Rooney. Rooney picks it up right in the middle of the field. Dan Keane is right on this side. sideline. He picks up the ball, the number 11 has a look up, sizes up his options, tries to go down the channel, steps inside Owen Keddy, steps inside Ronan Keddy, gives the ball into Ted Shanahan, little offload into Danny Woods. Again, Keith Reynolds does well, but Woods just about holds up the point of the attack, does enough to get the ball back there. Heavy shot on Dan Keane there as the ball goes around. Brilliantly done by Dan Keane to pick that one up while he was on the ground, done really well. Gets the ball back and it's Dave Rooney has it switched all across again to David Dunn, and it's just relentless here from Éire at the minute. There's no let up. Sean Cranley's on the ball, he has a look, dinks a little ball inside, but only Owen O'Brien is home there. He picks that one off and gladly picks it off as Kilcoole look to try and get out of their own defence. Shane Keogh is on the ball, gets the ball to Danny Borland. Borland comes up the field. There's an Éire player down just in the edge of the square up the field. Cormac Byrne gets the ball back into Danny Borland, and again the intensity in the numbers from Éire gets a free, but to stop the point of the attack in their own half, and ball is out and in the hands of Lee Dutton. Dutton pops the ball back to Danny Borland. Borland has a look, sees Owen Keddy. Owen Keddy gets the ball right out on the sideline, has a look, steps inside, pops a pass off to Lee Dutton. Referee said it was a throw ball. Looked like a clean strike of the hand though, I thought that. But Ted Shanahan has the ball, gets it in as far as David Dunn. He pops it off to Killian Keane. Keane looks up, has two men running outside him. Dan Keane is just in front of him. Comes back inside to Ted Shanahan. Over on this side of the field, Dave Rooney and Sean Cranley are in acres of space here. Cranley picks up this ball, has a look, a good run made inside there, but it's well read by Luke Riley, but ball just goes past both him and Gavin O'Shea, and away comes Ronan Keddy with the ball again. 23 and a half, nearly 24 minutes gone here. 4-13 Éire, 9 points to Kilcoole. Éire powering their way into the intermediate final. Ball comes in and it's well won by Cian Hines out in front of his man, gives and goes, and he's gone again. Hines up the field, gets the ball out to Sean Cranley. Cranley has a look, there's space on the far side, there's acres of space on the far side, and Fintan O'Shea is into it, one-on-one with the keeper. O'Shea drills the ball high, but drills it over the bar. On another day he may have took another few steps and went for goal, but there's no real need.
Yeah, I was just looking at Sean Cranley after giving away two bad passes inside, and that's an absolute peach of a pass. I saw James Cranley warming up to come in. I was trying to think who would you be taking off, and was it Sean Cranley or Sam Thompson? Thompson was down injured a minute ago, so they've taken him off.
Sam Thompson has gone out. James Cranley is in the game. Number 23 as the kick out. Kilcoole keep possession. Ball into Owen Keddy. Keddy gives it to Danny Borland on the burst. He gets the ball out to Ronan Keddy. Keddy turns back inside, has a look, left foot, drills one across the field, gives the ball to Cormac Byrne. Cormac Byrne pops a little pass off in as far as Lee Dutton. Dutton on the ball here, has a look, kicks this one high and kicks it over the bar. According to the umpire, Billy Norman was waving a wide, but we can't take his word for it under the circumstances.
Yeah, good score by Lee Dutton. I think that could be 7 points for Lee Dutton.
7 points out of 10. It's 4-14 to 10 points here. 18 scores to 10, but 4 majors being the big difference here. And a 16-point margin at this stage. And look, with no disrespect to Kilcoole, you'd have to say Éire are worth every kick of it, Podge.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes this happens in games, you know, where they could play again tomorrow and it could be a much tighter affair. You can say Kilcoole mightn't have done a whole lot wrong, it just hasn't worked out for them today.
Yeah,
you know?
look, you leak 3 goals in a few minutes in the first half, and it almost puts the game to bed no matter what game you're playing in, doesn't it? Ball breaks in the middle of the field again. Ronan Keddy, what a shift he's put in under the circumstances. Huge shift from Keddy. Ball is in the hands of Owen Keddy out here on this side of the field. He looks up, tries to maybe pop a pass inside, does pop a pass inside. It's well taken inside by Ryburn. Byrne tries to elude his man, does really well, gets the ball to Luke Evans, back out to Ronan Keddy. He fires this one high, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide, and even Kilcoole must have racked up a few wides now at this stage. You know, they've kicked a few in the second half there. There'd have been a help on the scoreboard if they went over, but
yeah, they have had a couple of opportunities that they could have taken to reduce the deficit, all right.
The sub on Derek Keddy has came in for Kilcoole there. While myself and Podge were talking there, but there's a player down. I think Stephen Fagan thought it was a head injury. It's Fintan O'Shea, but he seems to be okay. So we'll have to get very technical now. We're saying to leave through the west gate, and that's the gate at the scoreboard end. So someone must have been questioning where the west gate was at some stage of the game. Just after a break in play there, we've 27 and a half minutes gone. It's 4-14 to Éire, 10 points to Kilcoole. It's an indirect free kick, not that he'd be going for a score from there anyway. And there's another sub on for Kilcoole. Owen Hanny has come on there as well, and Shane Keogh has gone off. Again, not an easy day to be a defender in the Kilcoole ranks. Tate Shanahan's on the ball at the top of the D, has a look. Again, huge numbers around him from Kilcoole, but James Cranley has the ball. There's space on this side. Danny Woods goes for it, looks to pop the ball off to Danny Keane, but he's gone right in along the end line here. Woods can't be stopped, can he? Just enough numbers on it, and a free out for Kilcoole. He just about done enough. He's smiling there. He thought he was going to get through, Danny Woods, but the numbers were back for Kilcoole. They've won the free and they're coming up the field with the ball. Owen Keddy breaks the tackle, pops the ball off to Cormac Byrne. He has Ronan Keddy inside him. He needs a runner now. Gets the ball off to Derek Keddy, into Ronan Keddy. It's the Keddy brothers all around the middle of the field here now. Gets the ball into Danny Barland. Lee Dutton has dropped out deep. Kicks a foot pass out as far as Keith Reynolds. It's brilliantly picked off by Tate Shannon into David Dunn. Dunn flicks a little pass in front of Sean Cranley. Cranley has two men on his case over there. Steps inside, pops the ball back off to David Dunn. Dunn does really well. Little reverse pass back out to James Cranley. He's blocked down, and well blocked down by Owen O'Brien, and it'll be a 45. And just with 29 minutes on the clock now, this 45 will probably just ease the clock down, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I was just looking at Danny Woods that time. He went and took them on and whatever. Like, was probably the first time that an Éire player has probably made a mistake in his decision making. Like, where he took on 3 and 4 players. They're not doing that. You saw Tate Shannon a second ago had about 4 Kilcoole players around him, but he didn't drive forward. He turned back and said, right, I must have someone behind me that's going to help me out. Like, and Éire's decision making has been excellent today.
Yeah, very good. They've looked all over the winners here. That's a really well-oiled outfit. You know, they've, as you said, a really patient build-up. They've, good, but their general ball skills, their general play has been brilliant all throughout.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their great score. Sean Cranley
kicks the 45 and kicks it high and straight over the bar. Just the 30 minutes. We're 20 seconds away from the 30 minutes on the clock. We'll see how long is to be added on by our referee, Stephen Fagan.
Like, Éire's hand passing, kick passing has been very, very crisp, but their work off the ball to get someone free, to give it to that player, like, they're working really, really hard as well. It's not just the basic skills, it's the hard work.
We'll have 2 minutes of additional time. Luke Frawley has come on there for Kilcoole in the meantime as well. Ball breaks down the field with Danny Barden. He looks for Frawley, the new man in, but James Woods gets out, gets his foot to it. Ball flies into the hands of Danny Woods. Woods just, after putting in a huge shift at wing forward there, gets the ball out to Joe Prendergast. Prendergast finds Fintan O'Shea. O'Shea gives it back to Prendergast again. James Cranley, and acres of space on the 45, has a look, pops a pass off to David Dunn. Dunn comes raiding, there's a man just behind him, gets the ball to Tate Shannon, back to David Dunn. It's almost training ground stuff here now, but he doesn't finish it off, drops the ball into Kevin Condon. Condon finds Luke Evans, looked like he was going for a return, but Evans carries the ball up the field, has a look, needs support, gets it from Owen Keddy, back to Luke Evans. Evans has Derek Keddy outside him if he wants to use him. Again, opts to go back inside to Ronan Keddy. Keddy draws the foul, wins, he's free, and takes the free quickly as Kilcoole look to get down and maybe try and get another score on the board with Owen Hanny. Hanny passes the ball off to Keith Reynolds. Reynolds gives the ball to Lee Dutton. Dutton has a look up again. He's looking for someone to take it. That someone, as always, is Ronan Keddy. Offers himself up and carries the ball, gives it to Owen Keddy, the number 13. He kicks the ball off his right foot high and kicks it over the bar. A huge score for Owen Keddy. A score for Kilcoole. It's not going to be enough today, unfortunately. It's Rogue 4-15, Kilcoole 11 points now. We're a minute and a half into the 2 minutes of injury time, and it's going to be an Éire Ganacurra intermediate football final in a couple of weeks' time, and that'll be an intriguing one. I think it's a repeat of a final a couple of years ago as well that Ganacurra won, so it'll be all sorts of intrigue around that one.
I think Ganacurra will have to learn from what Éire have done here today. Now, I know Ganacurra set up defensively against Hollywood yesterday, but I know they're not going to be able to sit back and let Éire pick out their passes. They're going to have to put more pressure on them than Kilcoole did, particularly in the first half.
Yeah, Éire took the kick out short. They're working the ball through the lines again, and as we said, there's always someone off the shoulder. Fintan O'Shea, who started wearing 25, but had a huge game. Joe Prendergast kicks the ball in as far as Sean Cranley. Cranley has done that the whole day long, making those runs, as you said. For the amount of times he's got the ball, his work rate off the ball when he doesn't get it is huge as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, both himself and Sam Thompson. I know Sean Cranley's probably played a little bit further from goals, but they're running off the ball like it's excellent.
And there's the final whistle on this one. Éire Greystones 4-16, Kilcoole 11 points. Éire will go on to face Aughrim in the Darcy Sands Intermediate Football Championship semi-final in a couple of weeks' time. It's an intriguing one in itself. Look, Kilcoole, done everything they could out there, but they were really caught by a whirlwind in the first half there. Éire hit them, a couple of sucker punches in the space of a few minutes, and there was no coming back from that today. Kilcoole can hold their heads high. They've done really well. They're in the intermediate hurling final next week. Maybe they'll have a little bit more luck in that. But for today, it's been all about Éire, and a huge performance, just probably at the right time. And they're going to be hard to beat in the final for Aughrim.
They'll definitely be hard to beat, so they will. Probably things didn't go Kilcoole's way today. A couple of lucky breaks on the goals, Sam Thompson's goal might not have been intentional, but what they did was Éire kept the freaking hammer down. So they did. They kicked 10 points in the second half. They really did. They didn't let up and made it hard for Kilcoole all day long.
Yeah, look, we're going to be back with the Senior Football Championship semi-final between Baltinlass and Aughrim at 5 o'clock. Thanks to Podge. We won't ask you to look in at or 3 o'clock, sorry. We won't ask you we'll let you watch the Baltinlass match in peace. So we'll have Cormac Dialwiz. Thanks to Tracy on camera. Thanks to you, Podge, and thanks to Stephen on production here. We'll be back at 3 o'clock with Baltinlass and Aughrim. Make sure and tune in.